Hello all. So this session is going to be about how you can publish your Tableau workbooks or worksheets or dashboards or story to your Tableau server and then viewing it using your um, web. Okay. So through your web, you will be able to access it. Okay. How we can do this? First of all, when you talk about downloading your workbook manually, on Tableau. So this particular uh, methodology of how do you publish your Tableau dashboards or workbooks to Tableau server, what it will do is that it will help you to reduce this manual task of downloading your workbook. Okay, just because of the reason that it is going to convert this as an automated one. Okay, so you can share your workbook with your colleagues or any kind of organization or your organization just online by publishing it on the Tableau server. Okay, so how do I perform this publishing my Tableau contents to Tableau server? Simple task. You just have to open your Tableau desktop. First, to publish your data source, you just have to select on the server option, which you will find it on the top, where you will have file, save, edit, and all these things are there, right? So there you will find the Tableau server, which will be on the topmost menu. Then once you have clicked on your server, you will get an option as publish a workbook. Once you have got a publish a workbook, just click on share button. Okay. So in case if you are not able to see publish a workbook option, you need to make sure that the Tableau workbook or worksheet or your dashboard is active. In case if it is not active, you must sign into the Tableau server, then it becomes active. Okay. After you have selected publishing a workbook, you will get a dialog box. In that dialog box, you need to give the project name that you wanted to publish. So just give an identifiable work name for the project. And if you want to add some tags and descriptions, so that the user will be will find it easy to find the workbook, give the tags and the descriptions, and then you now also to make your workbook visible and accessible by other users from a security perspective, you need to provide a set of permissions also. Okay, about all of these information and all these instructions I have already shared in the first session of the video about sharing your work. I have discussed about these things. Okay, so again, once this is data source is done and then permissions are being set, then you can actually go ahead and publish a data source to your Tableau server. Okay, so there are many types of options available for authentication when it becomes to Kerberos authentication and SSL authentication. If it is involved little bit, you will find complexity in terms of authentication. Otherwise, you have to, the general process to publish your work in your Tableau server is this one. So you just follow the general process, and then once it is available for authentication, you just have to embed the data source, and then you can click on the edit button to change the access options. Okay, so once this is done, you can just click on publish and share. Okay, now once that is done, your workbook or your data source will then get published to the Tableau server. So from the Tableau server, anybody can see it using your Tableau reader, they can see it, or otherwise if they wanted to view it as a in other options, not only in Tableau server reader, in through a web also they can actually view the contents that you have published using your Tableau server. Okay, so the overall idea of why you will publish it in a Tableau server is just because of the reason that anybody could access the data through the web-based platform. So this is a general instructions that you need to adopt it, whether you're going to publish it in online or in a Tableau server. Okay, so these are the general steps. I hope the steps was clear, and that's all I have for this session. Thank you.